Su-34 strike hits Ukrainian stronghold as precision glide bombs destroy troops and logistics hub. A Russian aerospace forces crew operating a Su-34 multi-role supersonic fighter bomber carried out a combat mission targeting Ukrainian military personnel and a fortified stronghold within the area of responsibility of the South Group of Forces. The strike was conducted using precision-guided aerial bombs equipped with the Universal Planning and Correction Module (UMPK), allowing the aircraft to release its payload from a safer standoff distance while maintaining high accuracy against pre-designated coordinates. Russian military sources stated that the operation was aimed at eliminating Ukrainian troop concentrations and disrupting defensive positions supporting frontline operations. In a separate operation, Russian forces reportedly launched 5 OFAB 250-270 high-explosive fragmentation bombs fitted with UMPK guidance kits against deployment sites belonging to a Ukrainian brigade in the Kharkiv region. Russian reports further stated that an additional strike targeted a logistics center in the city of Kharkiv, which, according to Russian military intelligence, was being used to store and distribute unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. The destruction of drone storage facilities is intended to reduce Ukraine's reconnaissance and strike capabilities by disrupting the supply chain supporting UAV operations near the battlefield. According to report, reconnaissance assets later confirmed that all designated targets had been successfully destroyed. Following mission completion, the Su-34 crew safely returned to its home airfield without incident. The Su-34, one of Russia's primary tactical strike aircraft, is designed to conduct deep penetration attacks against both fixed and mobile ground targets. Equipped with advanced navigation systems, electronic warfare capabilities, and long-range precision weapons, the aircraft has been widely employed throughout the conflict to engage fortified positions, command posts, and logistical infrastructure. The use of UMPK-equipped bombs has become an increasingly important component of Russian air operations. By converting conventional unguided bombs into precision glide weapons, the system enables aircraft such as the Su-34 to engage targets from outside the range of many frontline air defense systems while improving strike accuracy against military objectives. Russian forces launch coordinated offensive as TOS-1A, heavy artillery and airborne units strike Ukrainian positions across multiple fronts. Russian forces conducted a new wave of coordinated combat operations across several sectors of the front, employing thermobaric weapon systems, heavy artillery, self-propelled guns, and assault infantry to target Ukrainian defensive positions, command posts, ammunition depots, and troop concentrations. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, formations of the Sever, Zapad, and Vostok groups of forces carried out synchronized operations in the Sumy, Kharkov, Krasny Lyman, Krasnoarmysk, and Zaporozhye directions while continuing efforts to expand Russian-controlled territory and strengthen frontline positions. The reported operations demonstrate Russia's continued emphasis on combining reconnaissance, artillery, and maneuver units to suppress Ukrainian defenses before advancing ground forces. TOS-1A Solntsepyak launches thermobaric strike in Sumy region. One of the most significant operations involved a TOS-1A Solntsepyak heavy flamethrower system operated by units of the Nuclear, Biological and Chemical (NBC) protection troops attached to the Sever group of forces in the Sumy region. Russian reconnaissance assets reportedly identified a Ukrainian UAV command post, a fortified stronghold, and a concentration of personnel operating within the same tactical area. After the targets were confirmed, the Solntsepyak crew moved into a firing position and launched a salvo of thermobaric rockets. The TOS-1A is designed to destroy fortified positions, bunkers, trenches, and enclosed defensive structures using thermobaric warheads that generate intense blast pressure and heat over a wide area. According to Russian military officials, the strike destroyed the UAV command post, eliminated the fortified position, and inflicted losses on Ukrainian personnel gathered nearby. Following the launch, the crew relocated from its firing position to reduce the risk of counter-battery fire. Sever Group reports capture of Chaikovka. In another sector, Russian military officials announced that assault units of the 126th Motorized Rifle Regiment, part of the 71st Motorized Rifle Division within the Sever Group of forces, captured the settlement of Chaikovka after close combat with Ukrainian defenders. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, assault detachments advanced into the settlement, forcing Ukrainian troops to withdraw from their defensive positions after intense fighting. As Ukrainian reserve units attempted to reinforce the area, Russian artillery batteries engaged the approaching forces with concentrated fire missions. Russian sources stated that the reinforcements sustained losses before reaching the battlefield, preventing an organized counterattack. Military officials reported that Ukrainian units ultimately abandoned their positions and retreated from the settlement, allowing Russian troops to consolidate control. Independent verification of the reported capture has not been possible. Security line expanded near the border. Russian officials stated that the Sever group of forces continues operations aimed at creating what it describes as a security line in the Sumy and Kharkov regions. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, troops are advancing simultaneously along several directions while pushing Ukrainian forces farther from the international border. Russian commanders said the objective of these operations is to reduce the threat of cross-border attacks and improve security for civilian communities located near the frontier. The reported advances are supported by artillery, reconnaissance drones, armored vehicles, and engineering units working together to secure newly occupied positions and strengthen defensive lines. Zapad Group's Gyatsin B guns strike in Krasny Lyman direction. Elsewhere, artillery units of the Zapad Group of forces deployed Gyatsin B 152mm towed guns during operations in the Krasny Lyman direction. Russian reconnaissance assets reportedly detected Ukrainian defensive positions and troop concentrations positioned behind the front line. Following target confirmation, Gyatsin B crews opened sustained fire using long-range high-explosive shells. According to Russian military reports, the strikes damaged Ukrainian positions and disrupted defensive activity within the targeted sector. The Gyatsin B remains one of Russia's principal long-range artillery systems, capable of engaging targets at considerable distances while supporting maneuver units during offensive operations. Ammunition depots destroyed in Zaporizhzhia. In the Zaporizhzhia region, artillery crews of the Vostok Group of forces employed two S-5 Gyatsin TES self-propelled guns against Ukrainian logistical infrastructure. Reconnaissance reportedly identified several field ammunition depots supporting Ukrainian frontline units. After receiving precise coordinates, the self-propelled artillery batteries conducted a series of fire missions against the storage sites. Russian officials stated that the depots were destroyed, causing secondary explosions consistent with stored ammunition detonating after impact. The destruction of ammunition storage facilities is intended to reduce the ability of Ukrainian artillery units to sustain prolonged fire missions. Airborne MSTS crew destroys stronghold. On the Krasnoarmeysk direction, airborne artillery units from Ashurisk operated two S-19 MSTS self-propelled howitzers in support of Russian offensive operations. Reconnaissance assets identified a Ukrainian stronghold together with a mortar crew providing indirect fire support. The MSTS battery received targeting information and opened accurate fire from concealed positions. According to Russian military officials, the strike destroyed the fortified position and neutralized the mortar crew, reducing Ukrainian fire support capabilities in that sector. The MSTS is one of Russia's primary self-propelled artillery systems and is capable of delivering rapid, accurate fire against both stationary and moving targets. Vozdika systems continue fire missions. Further south in the Zaporizhzhia region, two S-1 Vozdika self-propelled artillery crews from the Vostok Group of forces continued attacks against Ukrainian defensive positions. Russian military reports stated that reconnaissance drones identified several fortified strongholds occupied by Ukrainian troops. After receiving firing data, the Gvozdika crews launched repeated artillery strikes against the defensive network. Officials reported that the bombardment destroyed multiple strongholds and weakened Ukrainian defensive positions ahead of continued Russian operations.